it's only tier 1.
position. Yeah, I know it is, but you still get badges for tier 1. It's just the little outside bit you don't get.
I don't know how to do that, so.
You don't do anything. It should just happen. It should just happen for like subs. It should come up with a little badge the same as mine without the gold ring around it. Either way,
16.
that should be on the internet. Yay! Okay, it's working. Cool. I think my shit's working. No one's currently watching, so for future prosperity on the YouTube, follow a goal for the day and new notifications. I'm just going to replay a random one off. And ta-da! I'm amazingly impressive. So, what was the last thing I did? Shannon! I called upon the recap. Like Reddit recap, but not.
The group heads back to heads towards the ship that's been pointed out to them by the dickhead archfey that they met. Owen trips. That was a note I made because apparently it was needed.
Oh no, it's completely necessary.
That's
gonna come to bite you in the ass in 100 sessions.
Yeah, there's consequences purely just because we did nothing about Owen tripping. Got to the beached ship. There were it was basically an encampment. There was a throne of bones that got destroyed when we took it, but kind of mad about that. We killed. What was it like? There were goblins, hobgoblins, and then was it a giant or a
ogre?
Ogre.
I didn't write that bit down because I just ignore notes for
You
combat.
didn't write that bit down, but you wrote me falling over.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we took this shit off, but Owen fell and it was funny.
Got some monies, got some art items which we sold for more monies, got a ring of identification and a bracer of archery. Is that just okay? Found Maxim. Got him and Carver do not like each other. We figured that out. We just let them deal with it. Learned that Tubbs is left with a ranger at the guild. Theo left something with Zaki's mother. Learned the half-orc's name was Malda. So we didn't know that for God knows how long, despite meeting him in session 1. We met him early. We did not know his name. Took 10 days to get back to Olenthius, so I think it's the 27th of the month. Could be wrong.
Somewhere around
Probably are wrong. We moored in the Stormwolf, we sold the dragon to Alva for a shit ton of money. And then Aiken turned up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to ask before I do anything else. With Aiken turning up, does anyone want to do anything? Because at the end of
initiative.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
I think we stopped on all of us just looking angry and panicked.
I was gonna say, I think Tyler literally put in and went, by the way, I'm angry. I'm like, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, Tyler literally ended that thing with, I'm angry.
He was like, I'm angry at this person. Nice to know. Just imagine.
I'm very peed off at the moment.
Owen's very confused.
I love that, in my head, because I know what Tyler's like when he's angry, and it's the least intimidating thing ever. That's exactly how I imagine Saras to be looking, where he's just like,
why?
Saras with a book in one hand, his staff in the other, just like, grrr.
I know, it's just funny. I don't know. I think it's because I've grown up with a dickhead. I'm just like, yeah, he's not at all scary when he's angry. It's actually hilarious to me.
To be fair, he's really not scary when he's angry.
It's really
Shannon,
funny.
you haven't seen me when I'm proper angry.
Yeah, but
I've seen you when you're slightly mad, and that's
slightly mad. That's the different scenario.
Slightly mad is just my general personification.
See, the thing is, right? Shan, when she's angry, is actually scary. But then Shan, when she's really angry, is just funny as fuck. There comes a point when it just becomes hilarious. All right. Okay. Everyone is looking very, very angry. As a now dressed in full plate mail Royal Guards uniform and carrying his helmet at his side, Lord Aiken Baldrick approaches the deck of the Black Dawn.
Zephy's just gonna yell down to him, "Hey, fucker!" She has no respect for him anymore. She really just lost all respect for him.
Here's where we get thrown in prison again.
Oh my god. Well, maybe.
Maybe we can use that original plan this time. Now that Tubbs is actually here as well.
Yeah. Wait, where's... Oh yeah, I know where
Tubbs is with the guild. A ranger with the guild.
Very tired. Oh god. I just noticed like the bags under my eyes. God, I should fucking sell those, Christ. Right. So, as you're all aboard the deck of the ship, you see Lord Aiken approaching you all. So, like, comes to the top of a sort of large gangplank that's been set up. That now the dragon has been sort of like carted off by various like sailors and deckhands. And before Aiken approaches, you can see some more rugged-looking individuals, more loose-fitting clothes, swords at the side, sort of like looking up towards the black sails of the ship and like beginning to skirt in that direction before immediately after seeing the Royal Guard running. And you just see this like sort of small gathering that was about to happen just disperse completely as the Royal Guard walks up, and it's a very like in unison like of boots coming up towards the ship. And
do we need to be in unison from now on? Like, is that a group thing we need to discuss? Like, whether we should walk in unison?
No.
Like, I'm just saying. Like, I feel like we need something cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Hello there.
No.
Oh, I should have got there first. I'm annoyed that I didn't. God fucking damn it. Okay. I always get so off put whenever somebody memes me. I don't like it. Right. So. God, what was I doing?
I don't know. Complaining about Hannah memeing.
I was complaining about getting memed on, but then I forgot. Oh yeah.
Aiken's just literally walked up to us.
At this point, he sort of like turns, looking at the group of you, making sure everyone's like looking you all up and down to just kind of go like, "Yep, they're alive, they're in one piece," and then proceeds on with, I honestly didn't expect any of you to come back.
You're screwed now, bitch.
Don't.
I'm not saying that in game.
I was just gonna say, it's just like,
Just
screwed now, bitch. He's like, no. He sort of looks around. Did you bring back what was requested of you?
See, here's the thing. You sent us after some people, right? But like the people all died, and then one of them, that guy, and I point at Carver, survived. But he'd already given the beacon over to an Archfey.
Just make a deception check for me. This is one big ass lie.
Can I help give advantage?
Not for this one.
You failed, didn't you?
Natural fucking one.
Oh no.
Ouch.
Right, I tried to lie to him, guys.
So now this like very stern expression.
I don't think a deaf person would believe that lie.
Probably not. They'd be like, well, everyone died except this guy. Beacon's gone. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, no. Not believable in the slightest. The rest of you are like, what the fuck are you saying? That's not right. That's not what happened. Have you got memory issues? And in this moment, you just see like the very stern expression of like Aiken just sort of like narrowing slightly on his happiness. So where's the beacon?
It's inside him.
Yeah, what you doing?
Carver looks to like the rest of you, just like kind of a, are we handing this over sort of expression on a robot?
No. We're not handing it over to him.
No, we promised Safine.
Didn't we say that we could hand it over like directly to the people we need to ourselves?
We promised Safine Brenvier. The Mistress of Ships. We promised to give it to the Mistress of Ships.
So oh, I can't be bothered. I can't. Oh, I was gonna make a dumb joke. My delivery's not there today.
I'm trying to think, because I'm like, I do get a little bit lost sometimes with like what's being said and what's not, and then it's like my brain trying to go back into it again. So, you're both just saying that you were told to give it to Sophine.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the one that sent us off.
I will say, Aiken will say even. That would be correct. Well, if you can produce it, we can walk. We can go deep, and we can hand it over.
We can go hand it over.
I think we should just...
We.
Right. Well, we'll show you that we've got it, but then it's going back in him.
Make
You're
a
not
persuasion
touching it.
check.
Make a persuasion.
Can
Okay,
I help
mini
with
dice.
this?
Sure.
Can I?
Where's my mini dice? It's there. Wait. It's tiny. I can't see what's on it.
Stop
What's
rolling
my
the mini
persuasion?
Why do you roll your small ones?
That's a 16.
He looks back and forth for a second, and then looks to the two
Tiny
guards that
dice.
now flank him on the deck of the ship and goes, "Now, while I love that idea, you've once stolen this from our great city.
No.
You didn't steal this one.
We'll be returning it
This one.
together."
This one. Oh, we'll walk with you. I'm just saying it's going back in him.
Suit yourselves. Sort of like stands off to the side and gestures with an arm like after you to sort of go down the gangplank that's been set up. Do you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should
I mean,
go.
it seems like the way the story's progressing, so makes sense.
Carver for a second just kind of like opens the chest section up and sort of like shows it for a second before you all carry on, then places it back within himself, and you all begin to make your way up to the keep, now flanked at least like you're probably outnumbered about 3-1 by Royal Guard and Aiken himself.
Along the way, can I try to fill in Owen with details of like who this guy is and why we don't like him?
Right in front
You
of all
might-
the guards.
Right in front of all of the guards, absolutely.
Just do the thing where you go like that, but still talk at a normal volume. so
Okay,
they don't
so
hear.
like basically,
Sage whispers, talk like a normal person.
Mm.
You can actually inform him. One day.
yeah, I'm gonna, yeah. So,
Write it down on a piece of paper or something. Just.
oh
turn
no,
it
I'm
into a
just gonna
paper
say it
airplane,
out
just
loud.
throw it at
Zephy
me.
does not care. So basically, this guy is the leader of the cult that we joined accidentally, and he does not like us because I stabbed him at one point, and then he framed us for stealing the beacon,
Right.
and we could have gotten away.
If it weren't for those meddling kids.
I literally just thought the same thing.
She set it up too well.
Hate you guys. We could have gotten away, except I couldn't fly at the time, and also I don't know what happened with those two. They were underwater. And that's how we ended up in the prison.
Right. I mean, to be fair, I think anyone probably wouldn't be too happy about being stabbed by someone.
Yeah, but like he stabbed somebody else first.
Yeah.
I just stabbed him in retaliation.
Did he though?
Yes,
Yeah, he stabbed
Maybe.
multiple
he
people.
stabbed Paravel, and I stabbed him in retaliation for stabbing
That's
Paravel.
Fair.
And then we looted Paravel.
Alright.
He's dead. Get him.
He's dead! Stab! Alright. So, on your way to the keep, you managed to inform Arwen well enough of who this individual is. And I'll say any. Fair enough. And sort of how you all ended up in this situation. And continuing on, you're led a sort of like along the cliffside roads that lead up from the docks where you are into the sort of upper portion of the city, and then eventually across a large stone bridge to the keep that is held on a sort of like sea spire statue, if you like. So like an atlas-like statue which holds the keep. And from there you are led through a courtyard with various bronze statues flanking either side and a beautiful like arrangement of flowers and such in the gardens. And you're eventually brought into a great hall and then down just several various passageways throughout a very complex keep until eventually...
Can Zephy try and remember them? Like, remember the route?
Wouldn't I know them?
In terms of Saros, I will say you won't know this route. The way that you would have entered the keep and pass is, yes, through the Great Hall, but then there is an offshoot sort of to the back of that, where there is a large amphitheatre where larger meetings of... Is my shit frozen? Ah.
Wasn't sure if it was me first for a second.
Nope, that's me.
Oh, we're back.
Did stream die? That's the question.
It's back for me.
It's back for me.
Yeah, I've not got a like downtime thing on Streamlabs. I've just got it on my actual Twitch that's in front of me. Ooh.
It says it's still going.
Yeah,
That underneath has the timer.
Mine says it's still going. That's really weird. How about that?
Okay.
Anyway. What I was saying anyway. So Tyler.
Yellow.
From your experience, yes, if you go straight through the Great Hall, there is a large amphitheater at the back.
Yeah.
Sort of like almost like the Galactic Senate from Star Wars. Large glass domed roof with several seats around the outside where larger council meetings would take place. From your experience, that's all you really know. You don't know any of the smaller workings, more sort of like inner circle, if you like, of the actual Dynasty's
Am I
council.
going to run into my father?
Maybe. So, with that,
You didn't answer my question of can Zephy try and remember the way?
I'm trying to think what it'd be because that'd be so. Is this really? So I'm trying to think of like what skill this would be.
I'd say it'd be general intelligence.
I would say, but you don't have to be intelligent to remember where you're going. Yeah, sod it. Let's do intelligence. Why not?
That's 20? 20.
Okay. You map it out in your mind and you're like, you go into the Great Hall. So I'm trying to think of the layout off the top of my head because I drew it down, but I ain't got my book to hand. So, Great Hall, right, left, double back on yourself, up some stairs, and then out of those stairs, straight down, and you are brought into a smaller chamber where there is a very much like the same office as one Sergeant Barnes at the dockyard, but very well decorated. A large wall with one large map of the continent. It includes most of the region of Ossandore, as well as the southern coast of Mangroth and the Isle of Asari at the bottom of it. And you can see like you what, Ty?
War map.
She's a mistress of ships.
I'm gonna say this is more of like
It's probably
it's
like
just a
map
world
of
map.
trade routes.
Yeah, drawn on there are various like dashed lines going from port to port. So yeah, you can get the sense that from this, these are like the established routes that you can take where you know you're safe, like guarded routes by, like routes guarded by the dynasty and its allies, if you like. And sat at the desk is the same one you've seen before, A1 Sifim Brenvar, and Harvey just kind of walks in very nervously, and upon entering and seeing who sat at the desk, immediately like tries to turn around and hit the door. And just runs straight into like the metal chest plate of one of the guards, and it slightly dents it because it's metal on metal. So the
Oh.
force he's going out with like slightly bends the armor inwards, and the guard just kind of looks at him, gives a low sort of like, and then just pushes him back into the room. Oh fuck! All my shit's breaking. Sorry, my Wi-Fi's being a shitter. No.
Lose
Okay,
some of it.
I've not got that much open though. That's the problem.
Okay. So, Carver does not like Safine.
Sorry, I'm just gonna see what I can close real quick because it's proper not liking me. I can't close any of that. Okay.
Just leave it.
Yeah, it's fine. It should be alright now. I've closed a few things down. So, yeah, Carver tries to like bolt out of the room and is immediately sort of like shunted back in by the pike wielding royal guard. Is sort of like shunted back into the room. And Nathan just kind of like gives a look over to him and goes, "Take it you two know each other." And Carver sort of like diverts his eyes as much as he can to like look around the room and not make eye contact with Sifin.
Oh shit, he was part of a pirate crew.
Yeah, you dickheads brought pirate to the mistress of ships. One day you will figure out the
Pirate
consequences of actions.
And a cult member.
Oh no!
Anyway.
Okay.
Regardless, the two sort of exchange glances before Carver sort of to try and get himself out of it, opens a section of his chest and pulls the beacon. And Aiken just kind of like stands in front of him, takes it out of his hand. Carver doesn't resist and places it on the desk in front of Safine. Well,
How do you address a mistress of ships? Would it be my lady?
it would be, yeah, lady.
Lady Safine. And I bow slightly to her. Just to show that I respect her more than I respect Aiken.
Fair enough.
Oh wait, I can't say that anymore, can I?
What can't we say? I don't know.
Simp, because it's banned on Twitch.
Is it? Fuck off.
Yeah, but apparently it's banned.
How do you ban?
I think they banned simp, incel, and virgin because they're being used, as
That's amazing.
discriminational. As far as I'm aware, it's
Wow.
mostly chat stuff, but it's not like an outright ban. I think it's
Oh,
down
no.
to whoever owns
fucked
the
up.
channel. I think.
Oh my god. First Pog champ, now Simps. Fucking going south Twitch. Jesus Christ.
This was before.
Oh, was
Pog
it? Oh,
thing.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. Remember
Wait,
it
okay,
seeing
anyway.
it covered like a month ago.
Sorry, I'm interested. Oh no, I've got to
Anyway.
scroll through all my other... I wonder how
I
many
think
Pogs
Inside
I've
Gaming
got.
did a thing about it.
Sorry, I'm trying to find something. I'll get distracted. Oh wait, that was this morning for me. Shit. Anyway. Okay. So, Zephy bowing to Lady Safine, the mistress of ships, sort of like gives a look of slight confusion, and then Aiken gives this sort of like, again, very stern and you just fuck off kind of look. As you can see, brought it back safely. Members of their party are to be excused of any crimes against the dynasty.
Levi is also to be freed from the prison.
And he sort of like gestures off to one of the guards that is currently stood behind Carver, and they continue outwards. Right, and Safine's right. I believe this calls for signatures from all parties, and sort of like produces documents from under the desk, and they're sort of like, for the names that they knew, they are written on. So, like, for example, unfortunately for you, Zephyr, your name is on there. Saros, your name is on there. Arwen and Nakesk, you are both, like, blank documents, but there is a vague, like,
Why do they know my
description of how
name?
you look. Because you don't think that the hand of the Queen might know one of the most powerful paladins that lives in the city.
Well, Theo fucked me over there.
Well, that's what you get. Alright.
That's what I get for training with Theo.
So, like I say, for those of you who aren't named, you can gauge which ones are yours from there. And Sophine goes, sort of like flips to a back page and signs her name on, slides it to Aiken, who signs his, and then slides them all to you guys.
Can I read it so I know
Yeah,
what I'm
can
signing?
we like, read them? Make sure there's no fine small print.
Yeah. So
Can we get a copy of this as well?
We want copies.
Essentially, they basically read: any individuals involved in the recovery of a Luxon beacon are to be excused of any crimes against the dynasty.
Okay.
So essentially, if you have broken their laws, but you have returned their most valuable possessions, you are
Is
then
Carver
free
also
of
able to
sacrifice.
sign it?
Hmm?
Is Carver also able to sign it?
Are you asking?
Yes.
Yeah, because he helped us.
He brought it back inside of him.
Sophie just looks at him for a second and goes, "Did you help?" And Carver, like, you can hear like the creaking of his neck, like,
Can you just hear us like nodding, like or something, like nodding in
Yes.
the background? It's like yeah.
yeah. We'll produce papers. Don't have any for him yet. Did anyone else help you?
Captain
Batman.
Maxim.
Sort of looks to Carver again. You got this fucking crew to sail again. Somehow, 10 years past their prime, you're sailing that rust bucket of a... And he just like goes on a little bit of a rant about the Black Dawn and its crew. And you get the sense that...
2 of the crew, not the full crew.
No, the full crew. She is...
Can I whisper something to Zephy quickly?
Sure.
Yes.
Just say, oh, we can try and get them to pardon him, but on the condition that he gives you his hat.
Right, there's no way of me contacting him. Oh no.
The paper hasn't been written for him.
Wait. Okay, Captain Maxim also helped us. Can you send a guard to go and fetch him to the room, please?
So
And I'm
looks for
saying this to
seconds.
Aiken.
So now we're being nice, are we? Alright.
No,
Sorry.
sort of like,
civil.
Fucker, go bring Captain Maxim from the ship.
you know, don't really feel like it.
Yeah, well, he helped, so he needs to be here, really.
Right, royal shame. And sort of like goes
I
back.
turned
He goes
to
back
one
to
of
like
the
turn his
guards.
head away.
I turned to one of the guards and I go, "Can you please bring Captain Maxim from the ship?"
You're gonna
And I-
hate me. You're gonna
I
hate me
bat
for
my
this.
eyelashes.
Make a wisdom save.
No! No!
See, that's why it helps to be polite all the time.
13.
You are frightened of this individual. That's the power of the masks, motherfucker.
We're all frightened.
No. Zephy is frightened of the individual. If you go too close to these, if you are considered like in combat with them, it's not necessarily like a presence. If you are making no. But if you are like making yourself aware to them, it is hard to stare down the like essentially like stone-faced centurion that is meant to be a very intimidating mask. And
I turn
it's-
to Safine and ask her.
he's
Oh,
like
yeah.
back up from the guard who is now sort of like just steadfast in the doorway. He's like, make a persuasion check for it, actually. This you've tried twice and failed, so.
Persuasion. That's an 18.
Looks over to the guard that you are now afraid of and nods, and that individual exits, and you sort of like take a sigh of relief for a second as you realise that that terrifying motherfucker's gone. Now, just for a note for the Royal Guard, none of them are below like 6'3". They are all huge. They are like the mountain-sized people.
I'm taller than him.
I know you are, but I'm saying they are still massive motherfuckers. Just because you are also tall does not mean they're any
You
less
just start
massive.
T-posing in front
It's
of
like-
him.
6'4".
Just assert the dominance.
I
Still,
was looking down at this man.
yeah, that's scary motherfuckers. It's like saying to me, I think Tyler would be scared of like a 6'2" Marine. Like, yeah, of course you would be.
Tyler's occasionally scared of me.
That's a fair point. And you're like, what, 4'6" pansy? Not saying anything, we're on stream, motherfucker. So,
I'm 5'8".
with that, the individuals leave. There is no, from what, actually, you know what? Does everyone want to like thoroughly read through what's in front of them?
Yes.
Or,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Everyone make investigation checks. And I'll treat it like a group thing.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
4. It was almost 20, I think. Or 19, I'm not sure.
That's 15.
Okay. I was just looking through, like, yeah, looks good, looks good. Like that kid that just started their first job and really can't be asked to read the contract. Zephyr, however, you do spot that there is a small. It's a strange phrasing of words that makes it seem like you have to finish whatever you started. If that makes sense. So if you. This would be like, for example, if you were tried with murder, your task was to bring back, or you were tried with something mundane, let's say piracy. You were then earned with bringing in a traitor. If that traitor then escapes again, you are the one that gets called on to go and get them.
Yeah, I don't like this clause right here.
Who are you pointing this out to?
Safine.
Well, it's to make sure you don't do it again.
Why would we do it again? We've just brought it back.
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm telling you, why would we do it again?
Plenty of people have.
Plenty of people are fucking dumbasses.
Welcome to my world. Alright.
I'm not signing this if this clause is still in it.
Stays. No one. You know what? Make a persuasion check for it on your own. And it will be relatively high.
Can't decide which dice I want to use.
Pick one, not the tiny one.
An 18.
Okay. I will say that. Written out for that. Alright. The clause is stricken, and you are just cleared of crimes. From what you can tell now with the investigation of a Nat 20, you can tell that this is a case of like, yeah, this is just, we've brought back the beacon, we are like essentially cleared of any crimes, and for Arwen that would include the crime that she was accused of. For the rest of you, that would include basically high treason.
Nice.
High
It's
treason.
basically what you've done.
Cult stuff.
Is this like stricken out for all of us?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, I literally got it
doesn't-
removed for all of
Obviously,
us.
it doesn't necessarily mean your reputations are saved, but it means that in a legal term,
We're not.
you're not criminals, put it that way. No one's gonna like hunt you down.
At that point, I sign it.
Yeah.
Alright, Ty, Matt. Okay. So, before you go around and sign, another document is produced for Carver. He also
That was
goes
quick.
These
Just copy
forms
and
are-
paste and
I'm
change
gonna
your
say,
name.
it is more of a template, if you like. You can tell, like, she's bringing out, like, several. They're already written up. It's just the description of the individual and the signature, really, that matters. After that, they're all passed back to Safine, who goes ahead and dates them. And
If we commit any more
Passes in.
crimes, we're still charged for them. I say this jokingly.
yes, well,
Definitely shut up.
I I say that jokingly as like like we're not actually gonna commit more crimes, but like if we did.
After waiting around for about half an hour, because you did say you were waiting for the other two to be brought,
Yeah.
both Maxim and Levi are brought, and Levi is in a royal old state. He is like messy hair, hasn't slept in days, and the legs are barely working. Like he is sort of like, you know when your car sounds expensive? It's like that. He's like just like as he's trying to come through the car, and he's like, sorry, because you can see like trailing him in is sort of like this oil trail that's dripping out of the leg, and it's all over these very nice and pristine, like either polished wood floors or marble and stone.
Oof.
And with that, you all come in and eventually like sign your almost sign the forms that would mean that you are no longer accused of any crimes, and you are the guards step out of the room that were blocking
I asked
you in.
Maxim for his hat.
Persuasion check.
About this now.
17.
At this point, Maxim goes, "You've just cleared me. Every crime I have ever committed. And this
How long's
bitch
that
can't do
list?
anything about it." And he goes and like throws the hat in the air. Like they're rather tall chambers. And he throws it in the air and you catch it and you now have the hat. He sort of like turns to Carver for a second and goes, fucking... Well...
Yeah, there's the hat.
You see, like, Maxim is now very, like, excited by the idea that he has been cleared of every crime he ever committed.
I didn't
Because
think I'd
of
get the hat.
association.
That's a
It's
good
this-
idea for once.
It's just a very simple, like, is it called a tricorn hat? Just generic pirate hat, beaten to shit of, like, this very dark, rugged brown leather. But it's your hat now. And with that, guards stand aside and you're free to go. And immediately Maxim sprints through the keep and out the other side and begins to like sort of like almost dance his way through the courtyard on his way out.
So I can't tell if you were more excited to get the hat or when you went through that sleep ritual or whatever it was where you became a thingamabob.
No, absolutely the hat.
You're more excited for the hat or being a paladin? Hat!
Hat.
Oh my god. Okay.
I've been trying to get this hat for ages.
You really have. Alright, so with that, you have the hat, and I would like Saros, make a perception check for me, please.
I'm absolutely just checking if, like, to make sure the hat sits nicely. Like,
I want to say if it ends up that it didn't
It's
fit,
for a
that would be
bit of a
hilarious.
smaller head, but you're like, yep, I can make this work. You like tilt it on its side a little bit, and it's like, yeah, that'll do.
19.
Okay. As you're all leaving, Saros just sort of like taking a look around for a moment and noticing like this. You're sort of like taking in for a moment what has become of your very noble and rich life has turned into complete and utter fucking shambles with the people that you're currently leading. However, you do see your father walking the opposite way through the Great Hall towards the chamber, and with that high of a check, you see another individual flanking at his side.
Do I recognize the individual?
It is your younger brother.
oh!
Bitch!
You
I
do
mean, you
anything
did
about
just-
it?
You did lose your nobility. What the?
Oh
Was he meant
no.
to?
I'm following them.
At this point, as you try to like veer across and go towards them, guards begin to come forward to stop you.
But I want to say hello to my little brother, please. Thank you.
Lay
disowned.
off the pikes for a second and allow you to go through.
Thank you.
Don't forget you to sound.
I just kind of want to follow them to see where they're going.
Okay.
First of
They
all.
are continuing through to the like back chamber, and you see now another orcish individual, a very large orcish individual, like standing near 7 feet tall, very like intricate braids, male, and you recognize this as General Korak, who is the military leader, if you like, and he is like making a lot of calls that a meeting is soon to be held, and he is sort of like discussing what you would normally hear is something along the lines of like what the meeting is to be about. However, when he sees the rest of you carrying through, he kind of like halts himself for a second, sort of like begins to look around at the other individuals that like Sifin and Aiken, who are now coming out, as well as your father and brother. And they are all continuing in the general direction of the amphitheater.
Oh. Did I hear anything what he was saying about the meeting?
Make a perception check.
Did Zephy see the the orc, even?
I'll say no because he's behind. Yes, because he's shouting.
17.
17. You can hear a vague sort of discussion, and it's something that you have probably heard before. It's your father trying to instill his own ideals on your younger brother, and it's the same way he taught you to deal with like political scenarios. And he's trying to teach the same thing to brother.
He's trying to replace me, the bitch.
The sound.
You doing anything, or are you just tailing and listening?
Are they in the meeting now,
They're
or are
about
they
to
just
be.
You are?
They're about to be. They're currently like walking through the Great Hall, and at the back of the room is a large sort of doorway that leads into there.
I want to try and get in.
Okay. Just as a note, both doorways at either side of the Great Hall are flanked by 2 guards. I will say... unless you're going to do anything in particular that you think will help you get in or come up with a creative way to do it, you are going to be blocked by 2 pikes because they know what you've done, essentially.
I didn't do it.
Do you want to borrow the blink ring?
It's an attunement item. Unfortunately. Would have been interesting though, actually. That's a really good idea.
Do you want to borrow a longsword?
Somebody
just
with a
being
negative
clear.
strength modifier is not
like-
going to be hard.
Yep, good enough. Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty weighty, to be fair. Don't know if your noodle arms could handle it.
Don't know if that's a shot at Tyler in real life or Sarah's.
Both.
Move.
Thanks.
All right. So, as you get to the doorway, you are blocked off, and essentially, no matter what you say, these aren't. Sorry, I probably should have phrased this better. These aren't Royal Guard. Royal Guard are, for anyone who's watched Game of Thrones, they are like the King's Guard, the Queen's Guard. They are
Yes.
the elite of the elite that protect the monarch and other members of said council. There is also a Keep Guard, which I can't think of the name of them off the top of my head, didn't I? And they are in, again, plate armor, but not with the masks or capelets or anything like that. They're just wearing sort of like embossed breastplates, essentially.
So these are the elite guard.
These are Castle Guard, yeah. They are not royal. That makes sense. But they know as well as anyone else what you've done and the fact that your father has kind of deserved.
I don't think you're getting past them, bud.
Is anyone going to Sarah's point of order?
Can I ask what time it is? Like, what date and time?
You too.
I'd like to know.
Who are you asking?
Safine.
She's headed the opposite direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her for the date and time, because I want to know.
Okay. Time of day you got back. You got back early morning on the 27th, I believe. You spent an hour or two unloading the ship of the Dragon and this various gear you've got. And at that point, yes, it's just just making sure I've got my maths right. Okay. It's the 15th day of Ukhtar, which is the month after what you believed you were in.
The what? The 15th
15th. You are midway through the month.
of. I'm gonna look at the calendar you sent me to spell
Yep.
that because there's no
It's
Did Carver go in with?
UKTAR. Sorry, Ty.
UKTAR.
Also known as the
what
Rot
time?
one. It's basically like mid-autumn.
What time?
Time, you're probably on about... I was doing that. You got there in the morning. I'll say about 1 in the afternoon.
Okay. I'm gonna head back to the group that's basically just Owen and Akesk now because Cyrus is doing his own thing and be like, hey,
Owen,
it's
Kesk,
like
Levi, and Carver are all going together. Maxim just made a bolt.
okay. You guys know it's like the 15th of Ukhtar, right?
Wait, how?
That's what I'd like to know, but I have a feeling the freaky Fae fucked with us.
Did Carver go
Let me
in
just went
with my
forward
little
in
brother
time.
Aaron?
How
Carver,
many
no.
months have we
Carver's
come
leaving.
forward by?
Okay.
It's literally a month after we left.
Well, it took
you're
us quite a while to sail back, didn't it?
Yeah,
No,
but it
but
should have only been the
yes.
27th of the month in which we left.
Right, and it's the 15th.
And it's the 15th
15th
of the next month.
So,
Mm.
either presumably time goes faster where you were, or time goes slower.
Time passed differently on that island.
Does anyone in the current group have proficiency in history or arcana?
I have proficiency in
Not-
history.
I have both.
You don't count, you're not with them.
Oh, yeah.
I've got history.
Okay, just make a hit. Well, if you've got one of those you're proficient in, make a check for it.
What was the other one? Sorry, history and what?
Arcana.
Okay, I
Arcana.
love my pike dice. It's just rolled me another natural 20, which gives
Okay.
me a 23 in total.
23. Okay. There are a lot of far realms to the world. There is a basic structure. It has not been massively explored. It is more down to adventurers than anything else. In general, fiends come from the Nine Hells, Fae come from the Feywild, aberrations come from Shadowfell, and so on and so forth. And in these different realms, time can pass randomly. It can pass at an accelerated rate. There are known to be pocket dimensions created by powerful wizards that also change the sort of like adjustment of time, if you like, to whatever degree they see fit. It's not necessarily uncommon, but for a normal person, it is very strange. It's something adventurers are very used to, and adventurers are known for going missing for years and coming back practically the same, saying that they've only been gone for a week.
I mean, I'm like 36 years old, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
You aged
Yeah.
a lot more than I expected you were going to.
All right.
The rest of us did not age a month.
Ty, are you trying to like talk your way in, or are you just leaving it be? What are you doing?
I want to try and talk my way in, and then if that doesn't work, I want to go and see either my little brother or my father.
Okay, they've currently gone in, so you will have to get in there to speak to them. What would you like to...
Can we all see this? Are we
You
just
can
watching him
yes,
try and
you
talk his
can-
way into a room?
Yeah, I'll say so. Well, you guys are having this conversation. You guys are having your conversation, he's having his. Is there any particular way you want to phrase your... I'm assuming you're trying to persuade your way in, so what are you trying to... How are you trying to phrase that, if you like, Ty?
I can assure you it wasn't me. I have the city's full interest at heart. I swear to God, Shan, if that was you that laughed at that.
It was. No,
I thought
no.
it was.
Yeah.
Shannon, shut up, because that's actually a decent reason.
I have the city's full
Okay.
interest at heart. I wouldn't do anything to commit crimes against the city. This city I grew up in, city I love, and I was telling the wholehearted truth when I said, Balls, what's his name?
Aiken.
Aiken was behind this and framed us.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
That is a 24.
Okay. While they still don't believe necessarily that Aiken was behind it, they trust your investment, if you like, in the city and do allow you through. And when you enter this room, there's a lot of individuals in here. There is various drow. There are all members of the council. You do recognize most of them. However, there are more than you expected, if that makes sense. There are
Can
several...
I sit out of the way so I'm not really seen then? And I just want to sit in the meeting.
Just make a stealth check. This is to stay out the line of sight of certain people, if that makes sense.
That is 20.
20. Okay, so with that, yeah, you believe yourself to be pretty well hidden in amongst the other visiting nobility. Just make a history check for me.
15.
Okay, not as good, but still good. You recognize most, if not all, of the members of the council that are sat around. Obviously, your father and brother are here. There are also a half-elf drow who is sort of acts as an envoy, if you like, between the Undercity and the Over. Kind of similar to what you and your father would have done for the Undersea. However, there are various nobles there. The only one you would really recognize, he just strikes you in the back of your mind. They're from, and you should, like, that sort of thing where you're like, click, click, click. I know
Can't
this
put
person.
your finger on it.
Yeah, but you get the sense that they are from somewhere south, and you believe it's from Valonia, which is essentially the southern capital.
Right.
It's not a formal capital, but it's as large as Olenthius and is growing larger. So it's getting to the point where they're equal in power, if you like. But regardless of that, you see various other nobles, and sort of deducing and putting together, there are nobles from all over the continent currently sat around. And at this point, two figures emerge from the sides recognized as the Queen and the King of the... So, Queen of the Overcity and King of the Undercity. And they both just sort of like take seats at a stand towards the back of the room. And in this, you get one speaker at the center goes, "Up for discussion, the discovery of the blind stones on..." Oh, hey! He's disappeared. Shit me. Give me 2 seconds. Did not think
How did I know about the blind
knew
stones?
I should have set that up.
The
Let's
blind
see what...
stones? Hold on.
See if I can...
I imagine the three of us are just stood outside now, like, wait, where'd Ceres go?
A little bit, yeah.
He's got Thanos snaps out of existence.
We're all just stood outside, like, we should really get going and pick up tubs. I wonder where Ceres is.
I'll fix it for a second. Just gonna set it in case. Drop back in. Pull on it. Okay. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna wait and see what happens with Ty. If he's gonna come back quick. Or whether his internet drops or whatever. 100%. You drop from Discord as well?
He's still in the Discord.
Strange one. Huh. Oh, there he is.
He's back.
Good Ty?
Yeah, I'm good. Internet cut out again. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. Alright.
So last thing I heard was South Capital is about as big as Olenthius, but growing bigger.
Yeah, sorry, just got...
Just gotta actually bring you back.
Yeah, so Southern Capital, essentially about the same size as Olenthius, and at least one of the nobility are from there and are some kind of high ranking, though they don't have their own system of governance. They kind of just go under what the dynasty says.
Right.
and they're all being called for the discovery of the Blind Stones on once again on Arcadia.
The discovery of the blind stones.
Yes, which is what you ran into inside of the dungeon in the Phelan Breach. So
they're trying to find them.
they have found them.
They found them. Okay.
At this point, they sort of, a lot of people in the room perk up. The king queen, who are sort of like, I'd like to point out for the sake of like lore-wise, king and queen are not married. They are just king and queen of independent areas, if you like.
Right.
Just one is considered king, but one is considered the queen. Blah blah blah. They just like having fancy names. And in with that, there is an individual sort of going over a lot of the details, if you like, of where the blind stones were found, and then there is a discussion on the sort of like discussion amongst people, and you can get the gist. Some people are like, this is not a common thing. And then the speaker continues on and goes, the blind stones have been discovered to the south and to the east in their last location. We don't know where they've been, but they're back. Any suggestions on if we need to use them now, or should we save them for a later date? And sort of like backs up a second, and everyone begins talking amongst themselves. And there is a very like lengthy discussion over what should be done, sort of what should be done with them. And some people do suggest using them, and
For what?
some people are suggesting to use them to see a way to retake the Isle of Asari. Some of them are suggesting to use it to combat the winter. And from growing up in this area, you would know that the winter can be harsh, and occasionally there are a lot of monsters that come down from the hills, and knowing those threats in advance would help massively. But the majority, at least, are voting to save them and to send a battalion of guards to keep them under watch at all times. If you want to say anything, now's the time.
I want to, but the point, I don't really fancy jumping out when I shouldn't really be in there.
Okay. Continuing to listen on,
But
you get...
Saras has better impulses than Zephy.
It does. Continuing on, there's speak from General Korak of the dynasty, and he's going, I'll send a battalion immediately. Keep it under lock and key until we need it again. Simple. Last time we used it, we destroyed an archer lich. We should probably try again. And there's sort of like a few, kind of like Houses of Parliament. There is a lot of like, yeah, no, fuck off. That sort of shit. That's basically it. But after a long, lengthy discussion of like what could be done with them, the main things brought up are retaking the Isle of Asari.
Shan, are you making notes of
I'm
this?
noting. Yeah,
thank
don't
you.
worry about it.
Retaking the Isle of Asari.
Yeah.
Planning ahead for winter.
Yeah.
And locating a third beacon.
A third beacon?
If there is one, is the general discussion.
See, I really wanted to bring up the point of traitors in the city, but
You can certainly try.
List all of the traitors within the city. The blind stones. Oh, right. Okay, fucker.
Ping, 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 ping,
Like,
ping,
the
ping,
entire city, I guess?
Are you going to bring it up, or are you going to stay quiet?
I don't know. I think I might just bring it up with my family and see what they say if I can actually get to speaking to them.
I'll say at the moment, you are, if you're in like, the room is a round circular room, and you are sat sort of off to an angle where in line of sight they can't quite see you. So you've got people around you, if you want to discuss, that don't really seem to know who you are.
Okay.
Again, more of the southern nobility, if you like.
I'd like to bring up the point of what if there was a traitor which was very close with the Queen that was responsible for terror attacks against the Luxon Temple.
Okay, make a persuasion check. I like this smear campaign. I love it. Nat 20?
24.
Ooh, I
Let's
like that.
go.
Hey.
Okay. So at this point, there is a another individual who's got sort of I don't know how to better describe them because I know what I'm thinking on is okay. It's an individual that's got sort of platinum blonde, sort of slightly curled, parted hair. And he's got very much for lack of a better term, like a surfer sort of look to them, but very well dressed and a very sort of like Jason Momoa in a suit.
Yeah.
And this individual's going, "You really believe that?"
Yes, I do. There are multiple. I've been with multiple people that also believe this.
Right. Using the blind stones to root traitors to the dynasty. And then sort of goes and nudges the individual next to them and sort of continues to pass it round. And the idea gets a fair bit of traction. And eventually someone does speak up and goes, "We're discussing potentially finding traitors to our great dynasty. Don't want to see it fall in a long time since we've had any traitors in the midst. I think we're due one." Sort of begins to scan around the room. And you can
They
notice
want
that
a traitor?
they don't want one, but they think they're due one. It's
It
kind
It
of
sounds
like
like this
Traitor
guy
schedule
wants one.
quickly.
it's kind of like how you're gonna eventually have another war because people are stupid. It's kind of like one of those things of yeah, it's probably gonna happen eventually. Let's just put a stop to it immediately.
It absolutely sounded like that guy wanted a traitor.
And at this point, Aiken does raise his own voice and goes, Are you all serious? The last time we used this, we defeated a god. You are not seriously suggesting we use it on the people in this room?"
Of course, he doesn't want it.
So Acorn would be sounding sus.
I'm going to nudge the guy next to me and goes, "He's the one."
Make a persuasion check because this is going to be very.
Oh no.
I
Yeah,
love
but you're
the
forgetting, I
idea
have a
that
plus
the
6
rest
to
of
my
I
persuasion.
know you do, but
the rest of the group within this room is just
Go
like,
on.
no, that sounds like a good idea. We might have a traitor, and then Aiken's just like, we don't have a traitor, and everybody else is like,
23.
okay. The hand has been loyal for many centuries, but we'll have words and sort of
You're gonna
goes
have
again-
a word with.
again talks to the people next to him and goes, and then you see an individual stand, a much older individual of probably mid 70s, sort of early 80s sort of age, balding on top, graying hair around the sides, wearing very nice bright reds and sort of pinks and very bright colors. And this is the individual you recognize to be some kind of high-ranking nobility in Bologna itself, and stands and goes, "The South votes to find the traitors in our midst." At that point,
Only he stares down Aiken while he's doing this.
no, he just kind of looks over. He doesn't look over at his own cohort. He looks over the others.
Oh.
Dude.
Oh.
It's just that you have not got traitors in your midst.
At this point, the Aiken himself sort of stands and goes, "Crown votes protect blind stones until they're needed again." And at this point, the drow who has been sat next to the queen this entire time, the king, stands and goes, "I vote to find my crown." And then there's this sort of uproar for a second. Is you have to be taking the piss. And even the drow next to him are going, "This isn't the time," and sort of immediately gets sat back down again.
Look, dude, just go and to speak to like the guild or some shit.
And then your father actually stands and goes, "Once again, we vote to trace our lineage. Never gonna get." It's kind of like a very defeated voice of, "We're never gonna get to do it, but we might
What
as
does he
well
mean
vote
by
for it."
trace lineage?
I will say you would know this because of like discussions and stories your father told. He would love to know like the details of where you're from and to know if there is an underwater city still standing, as well as the actual location of the dragon turtle that gave you your family bloodline. And it's one of the things that's like been plaguing him for many years is like, I need to know this. And a speaker comes forward again and goes, "All right, well, you've got your options. Make your choice. You have 5 minutes," and then stands aside for 5. And then eventually comes back, starts saying the options. So the first option is for sorry, let me get this right. First option was from
Traitors.
Vologna, which was traitor in your midst, and a fair amount of like the Volognians start to like put their hands up in terms of like, yeah, we'll go for this. We want to know who's going to betray us next. The next was the Crown's idea, which was to protect the beacon, and most of them, if not all, of the council raised their hands, as well as a lot of the Drow dynasty. To find the crown, the actual king raises his hand, and absolutely no one else.
What happened to his crown?
Point of information, but you're not there, so you don't.
Would I have history of the crown?
Make a history check for me.
Wow, my rolls are really high today. 21.
21. There was a slight mishap with the last time that the Drow in general are like a matriarchal society, and they have forever had a queen in charge of them. However, in the most recent of the deaths, the queen was, for whatever reason, consecuted and born again into a male body. And this has caused a sort of uproar, and the way that they died was in battle and hence lost the crown. And this is sort of, not knowing them for very long, you get the sense that the king believes that regaining that crown and finding it again will sort of validate him, if you like. He believes he'll be able to sort of regain control over whatever he believes is lost in the Undercity. So that's what the crown is. And then the final was to trace Triton bloodlines, essentially. And for that one, your father, your brother raised their hand. And a couple of the Volonians, because they are, to a degree, people are interested in where you come from and why you hold power when they all had to sort of like work their way to it. But the majority goes for protecting the Blind Stones. And since it is the dynasty that get a say, they have a little bit more leverage than everyone else. And at this point, the speaker stands forward and says, and sort of announces that they'll be immediately sending a battalion. And there is to be no further discussion on the matter. And everyone begins to exit the chamber. Make a stealth check to avoid people again. So I'll like try and slip away with the crowd.
Something tells me those high rolls have come to an end.
Yep. You got
That one.
5. Is that total or is that natural?
No, not natural. I got natural 3. I have a +2 to stealth.
Oh no.
Okay.
He is spotted immediately by everybody.
A blind man could see Tyler leaving this. Just sort of
Probably
like,
whacks somebody with his staff.
yeah, you're trying to like find your way out and sort of like pushing through the rush of people. Like, there's not normally this many people here. And then you like bump into the arm of another individual and you feel just like a very familiar feeling of just like essentially dragon scales against your hand. And this is your younger brother Nailus, and he goes, "What the hell do you think you're doing here?" Sort of like hangs back for a second and lets your father continue.
I would like to talk to you in private, please. I needed to talk to you.
We're talking
because-
now. We don't have time.
Okay, obviously you know Father doesn't exactly like me at the moment.
No, not very much at all now.
No, but those blind stones can be used to prove our story that what's-his-face was responsible for the whole
Okay,
uproar.
I'll assume you use the actual name.
Yes.
All right.
Was uproar at the Luxon Temple. These can be used for that.
Persuasion check.
Do we see them leaving, like all of the people,
Yeah.
or have we just
Yes.
left Seros
No,
now
I
because
would
it's
say
been
you are
ages?
waiting.
23.
23. Okay. Your other kind of turns second. I want to believe you. There's nothing you can do to change Father's mind. That's maybe your only way. Aiken getting arrested on those charges is slim to none.
Why would I come here if it didn't happen? You know me better than nearly anybody here. You know that I wouldn't pull something like this unless it was against his best heart.
But understand that maybe not everything can go your way.
I understand that everything could go my way, but wouldn't you want the family back together rather than see me
Yes, I would
outcast
love
by
it.
my own father?
And then you sort of like see your father begin to turn. Are you darting out the way, or are you?
I want to try and hide.
All right, stealth.
Hide behind the brother, just like snapping.
18.
Okay. As the father turns around, you sort of like give your brother a tap on the shoulder. It's like, I gotta go. And then he sort of like continues forward, and you sort of gradually weave your way backwards into the crowd. And you're a relatively short individual compared to a lot of others, especially elves. And you sort of like begin to blend yourself in quite well. And no one notices you. And the rest of you all see the two blue dragon scale covered individuals that are Voros and Nelos of Saris's family, and you eventually see a blue staff poking up over the rest of the group, and you're like, there he is.
Well, we found him.
Shh.
I assume he tells us everything that happened in that meeting, because otherwise there is no reason for me to have notes or know anything of it.
Up to him.
I mean, I was just asking you to take notes on my behalf because I don't have a notebook.
Are you telling them what happened or no?
Are you telling us?
But yes, I am telling them.
Okay, well, specifically, I've noted down that there was a platinum blonde Jason Momoa in a suit type dude, so I assume he mentions that too.
Sure.
Like, I've got all of the other stuff about the blind stones, but specifically
you.
that is one sentence that I've written down.
All right.
So I'm just going with Saros mentions that, and Zephy goes, okay.
All right. So, with that, you are all rejoined in the Great Hall as the majority of people are now leaving. So, following them out, that meeting probably went on for the better part of an hour.
Okay,
It takes
so
a
it's
long
now
time
like 2
to get.
p.m.
Yes, it takes a long time to get nobles together.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
Did I keep forgetting his name? For goodness' sake,
Aiken.
Aiken show any signs of facial expression when the point of traitors was brought up?
Other than the fact that he was the only one that seemed to not
bit
know.
of a retcon. Yeah, make an insight check for that. I'll let you have it this one.
Insight. That's 15.
From what you can tell, he's a pretty well-kept individual. Like, he understands that maybe you shouldn't be showing your own emotion through when you are talking politics. So, not really. He was relatively stone-faced through the entire thing.
So I couldn't.
He seemed
I
a little
in
bit.
Saros about the date, by the way.
Yeah, he seems a little bit put off by the fact that you want to search for traitors, but it comes across as that maybe more because he does want to genuinely defend it and use it again when he needs it. But
Yeah, but how do we know he's not going to use it for his own good?
We don't.
Right.
Yeah, like I say, I fill in Saros on the fact that it's now the 15th of Uktar, not like the 27th of like last month.
What?
Yeah, we were there for like around about a month.
Crap.
Yeah, we've been gone a while. So Tubbs
But that
is
means
gonna
Tubbs will be
mix
big.
us. Tubbs will be a little bit bigger. Oh, We've got to go get him.
We've got a teenage Tubbs.
A teenage Tubbs.
Yes, I'm just a
I would like to go talk to my
teenager.
mother, please.
Okay. For the sake of like speed, as you try to go into the undersea and enter the keep, you are blocked by guards on drakes.
Oof.
Can
I
I
go and-
ask them to
I
pass
go
a
and pray.
message on to my mother?
We want a message to be.
I would like them to pass on that I have helped return the beacon. Or I've returned the beacon with the help of some friends. I hope all is well. I want to talk to you. I have some troubled times. You and my little brother are the only ones that's hopefully will listen to me.
The guard sort of nods for things. Pass it along.
Thank you very much.
And sort of like gives a sort of awkward smile of like, yeah, you're not allowed here. Oh, okay. Anyway.
Oh,
Regardless.
yeah, we're back.
Yeah. I can see it on Streamlabs account start going back up again.
Okay.
Anyway. So the message will be passed along. While he's doing that, what's everyone else doing?
I'm going to go pray.
Okay. You go and do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave her. I'm gonna leave her like 3 gold in the little. Like, I assume there's somewhere for me to put like an offering. Yeah, I'm gonna leave her like 3 gold in that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can I come with just out of curiosity?
Absolutely, don't worry about it. Come with.
Alright.
And be like, hi, Zephy's goddess. Hi,
Mother.
mother.
Yeah, a god just descends from the heavens like, hi! I've got cookies!
Free cookies.
That'd be amazing. Imagine if a god gave you cookies.
But
Great.
yeah, so I'm just gonna like. Ziffy's very awkward because there is somebody else there, and usually she's doing this at night and alone.
Fair enough.
Um,
There are definitely more people there during the daytime.
yeah, so she's a lot more awkward about other people being there. 'Cause, like she says, she's alone often at night. But she kind of just very quietly tells her mother about what's been happening to her.
Okay.
I'm thanking her for the wings.
So, you
Okay,
get through
she's
all
like,
of that.
that's where you got them from.
So fucking hell, I was wondering where you got wings.
Yeah,
have wings too.
parentage is weird. Sometimes you get shit from your parents and you don't figure it out till later in life, and then sometimes you
As
just
a
look
man,
like
not
them.
Alright. So, with all of that going on, you all adjourn once again. And where are you going? You've got the rest of the day to yourselves.
Tubbs.
It's about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we should head to the guilds
Right.
to find the ranger for Tubbs.
Wait, guys, if it's been a month, will Tubbs not recognise us?
Oh no! No!
The ultimate betrayal.
Why?
Alright. So, as the group of you come back together once more and head towards the Armorer's Adventurers, you can see outside there's sort of decoration put up for the reopening of the guild, and it looks like it's been there for some time and someone just can't be asked to take it down. But
Can I
regardless,
tug at one of the decorations?
yeah, it falls down.
Well, aren't you nice?
What is it? Like, am I holding like a banner or?
Yeah, just like essentially like parchment banners, new posters going up of like dumb shit. Like, from everyone's experience with the city, the guild is a very fun place. A lot of adventurers are still light of heart. It's only the older ones that are a bit more like somber. A lot of them are just very like happy-go-lucky, yeah, let's kill some shit sort of adventurers. And there is a lot of dumb shit.
Okay.
There is
Zeffy's
also...
not gonna waste any time and just yell, "Hey, has anybody got a fucking bear?"
At this point, you see a bartender lean over who's got like sort of mid-length parted hair and is wearing this sort of like loose brown waistcoat and like bangles around his wrists. He sort of leans over and goes, Bear? Oh,
Bear.
shit! So he goes like, oh shit! Arost! Arost! He's sort of like shouting backwards, and you can like see the general direction where he's shouting to, and there is an individual.
I'm gonna call Tubbs as well.
Okay. Calling for Tubbs, nothing happens.
Swear to God, if they changed our bear's name, I'll hit somebody.
So you sort of like head over past the barkeep, and he like looks at you and goes, I haven't seen you guys before. Who are you?
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm not there, am I?
Yeah, you are.
We've
Everyone's
joined
there.
back up.
Go with us now.
Do you know Theo? Theoden?
Of course I do. Everyone knows Theoden.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm his girl.
Oh.
According to everybody else in the city.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
My name's Sean Son. If you need anything, I'm your barkeep. Quests, potions, anything, really. Memberships.
A bear.
A bear.
A bear?
He's over there. And sort of like points over to a elven individual. Sorry, not elven. I'm getting my people mixed up. A ranger with a bow sat on the table. Again, older, sort of like mid-50s, partially growing hair. A very athletic-looking individual. Who is sat just kind of like eating steak and drinking ale and just alone. And next to him, face in a bowl of random bits of fish and guts, is this bear that's like throwing its head up and like throwing like bits of salmon and such back. And he is a little bit bigger.
Oh, look, he's grown. I'm gonna call Tubbs again.
Okay, he is like face first in this food. He is not coming out for anyone.
I
Oh,
head
that's a
over.
mood.
I was gonna say.
At this point, you can see. Actually, make a perception check, Zephy, because I think it's going to be funny.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
12.
12. Okay.
12.
You notice that this individual's like gradually eating steak and gradually just like moving his hands in a strange manner. It's like you should be eating steak, but he's kind of like moving hands under the table to either grab something or whatever. But you eventually come across and just, hey, so, oh yeah, I see it. Got the whole paladin thing going on too. All right, here's your bear. Really nice. Should have trained him better though. I've trained him for you.
We only had like 2, maybe 3 days with him, and they only had to pass him off to Theo. Leave us alone.
Should know
What
Theoden
tricks?
doesn't.
What
Should know
tricks does he
Theoden
know?
doesn't. Stay. Come,
Yeah, we taught him that.
attack,
Oh, he knows how to attack now?
restrain. And essentially, he's listing off like combat techniques.
You were just trying to teach him to roll over and be cute.
Now you see, if you trust me, they're far more useful this way.
Well, to be honest, I don't know you, so I don't trust you.
They don't trust me. Ain't that enough for you?
Not really. Theoden trusts me, and I still do
So
some fucked
like,
up shit.
looks at you for a second. And goes, how do you feel about wolves?
Give or take.
He goes, and sort of like under the table, you see this like stirring of just this black mass uncurl itself from the table. He goes, Titan, nice. And at this point,
And I scratch.
this very, very large, like borderline direwolf, stands from being curled around this leg of the table and comes out and make an animal handling check.
I really want to scratch. I really want to scratch. Not one!
At this
Oh,
point, you like
no.
put your hand out, and this wolf just like goes to clamp around it. You manage to pull your hand back just in time. He goes, why does everyone try that? It's never ended well. Doesn't like
Can I try?
people. Right, okay. Animal handling.
Just watched me get my hand like almost taken off, and you're like, yeah.
Hey, got 17.
Okay. You get a little bit closer, but like that nasty nose that dogs do begins to do that.
Very
Ah.
rude.
Like what Oscar does when you put a fist to his nose.
Jimmy did it all the time.
Like what Jem did whenever you went near her.
Well, not anymore, but you know.
Oh,
Um,
hashtag RIP.
literally. I love that book. But no, I will say, sort of like nasty nose you, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't try this.
Bit of
Well.
a bitchy wolf. I go back to like trying to fuss Tubbs.
Yeah. Everyone meet Titan. Titan people. I don't know who you are. He goes, yeah, I've trained your bear for you.
Yeah, well, we're
Be a
gonna
little more
retrain.
useful.
We
You
don't
what?
want useful. We want cute.
Oh, he's still
Pet.
adorable. He's like the size of a large dog, if you like. So like the size of about a German Shepherd.
They're smaller than the wolf.
A lot smaller than the wolf. The wolf is huge.
Just stop fussing
Um,
behind his ears.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, the bear is engrossed in food. You can easily just be like, "Yep, I'm back, hello." However, eventually, when he's finished with his food, turns and just licks you up the side of the face with a horrible smell of like
Ew.
fish gut, basically.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Um,
I am, by the way, also baby talking him and calling him like Tubbsy Wubsy.
this very
Yes.
old, very tired ranger looks over and is, how the hell did he survive with you?
That's why we left him with Theo.
I meant Theoden.
Oh my god, do you reckon he likes Theo?
Yeah.
Probably did.
Because anyway, there's your bear back. Don't know where Theoden's gone. Said he was going to be
Nice.
out of town a while.
He told me it's fine, don't worry about it.
Is he gone?
I'm not telling you.
Suit
I mean, he
yourself.
did kind of just look after the bear.
Yeah, well, he trained the bear to be a combat bear. You didn't tell him roll over.
Or
Yeah,
did
that
you
means
leave
we can do
instructions?
Can I teach Tubbs to roll over?
Maybe
Like
in, a
in
bit,
the
when
middle
that-
of doing this?
Maybe in a bit.
Okay.
Either way, he goes, well, if you don't want to tell me where he's gone. Somehow he's looked no different in the last 100 years that I've known him. Very strange, but I
Yep.
suppose that's the godly part.
Sounds like Theo.
Anyway, and sort of like continues to go back to sort of like eating his meal and drinking his ale and very gradually feeding the very large wolf that is under the table. Just continues about and goes, well, if you're not going to tell me, sign up with the guild, maybe. I'll have something for you to do.
Should we sign up with the guild? And I turn back to the group as I say this. Still
This is
fussing
the same
behind
guild that
Tubbs's
I
ear.
was part of.
Yes. Make a perception check for me.
What, me?
Yep.
Still fussing behind Tubbs's ears the entire time this is happening.
And the continuation
I just
of
want
shit
our bear
dice
back.
rolls continues. 8.
8.
I don't think that'll take me back.
It's not necessarily like what you were more looking for is the fact that as you're noticing, you're like, yeah, this is where I hung around for a while, and you're
Okay.
looking about. You can see that there are a couple people giving you slightly odd looks, and sort of like a case of we definitely kicked you out of here. But for now, we don't notice anyone of interest.
Should we join? I mean, we've got a few other things to do, but like, should we join just in case?
Yeah, why not? Something to do.
Sarah, should we join? Sarah, what do you think? Sarah, should we join?
What do
Still
I think?
fussing. Yeah. What do you think? Should we join?
I think I want to kill the bitch.
Well, should we join?
You don't seem to get what I think before.
Should we join the guild? It's kind of a
I
group
don't
decision
know.
here.
You choose.
Yeah, I'm signing us up. Wait, shit, we need a name.
Oh no.
Fuck. Still have not come up with a fucking name.
Aaron, is there a library anywhere nearby or somewhere I can get information?
There's a Lightfall repository. That's probably the closest you've got.
Would there be anything on there about what my father wants to find?
I'll say from the years of experience you've had with it, you would know. No.
Damn.
There is nothing necessarily on the origins of Tritons in the city. It is said that they escaped some kind of event during the Cataclysm, but it is never said what. And since then, they've just been settled, and the ruling bloodline has been whoever has draconic blood with basically any suitor. Usually,
I kind of want to suggest the running theme here and just go with Tubbs as Angels, but I know Tyler would hit me for that.
Oh my gosh, yes.
No.
No, we did this last time. I'm not having Cheddar's Angels, Tubbs Angels. It's not happening.
I just think we should... yeah, I go and sign us up, but I just give them individual names. I'm like, we're like a group, but like, we don't have a name yet.
Barkeep kind of goes, well, you need a name. All the best adventuring groups have names.
Yeah, well, currently,
He says
we're like
we're
a
the
really
best.
shitty adventuring group.
Well, you know, you've got a point. Well, when you think of one, I'll be here. Until then, what do you want to do?
What is there to do?
Yeah, what is there to do?
Essentially, this, with it being closed for a long time, if there is anything in particular you want to fight, you can probably find a contract for it, whether it be tracking down a bounty, whether it be discovering something lost at sea, whether it be discovering something lost in a caravan raid, retrieving people, clearing bandits, clearing kobolds, smaller dragon sightings, such and such, transport missions, essentially whatever you can think of. There is a
Is
job
it
for
anything
it.
to do
we
with
need to
Triton
go-
heritage?
What's that?
Anything to do with Triton heritage?
No.
We need to go and look at that island that's moving. That was the thing we got asked to do.
At this point, from like below the bar, he goes, well, two of the Queen's men came and dropped this off. I don't know how important it is. They're offering money to do it, I guess. And sort of like pulls out a parchment that details essentially what you were told to do before your
A moving
small
island thing.
disappearance. Yeah.
Okay, so we could go and do that. And Theo also said he left something with my mother, not that one.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple things we can go and do.
Right. Yeah.
You go see what Theo drops off. We'll meet you down wherever we need to meet to go do this moving island thing.
You know, I live like a day out of the city, right?
No,
Like I live in a village, like a day out of the city.
never told me that.
We can come with you if you want.
I swear I told everybody that like
can
my
take
mother
Tubbs
lives
for a
out of the
walk.
city. We could take Tubbs for a walk.
Take Tubbs!
Do I know if there's like woodlands for him to like romp in?
Don't you know this?
No, I should know this, but I built the city, not I built the town,
you haven't
not the
looked
like.
at the map, basically, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Never
that's what I'm
looked
saying.
at the map that I spent far too fucking long on. Alright. In terms of the journey to Cinderfell, it is majority plains.
You can romp in a field.
The only other thing would be not necessarily near to it, but there is sort of an area of land that sort of breaks off from the bays, and that is the Aspenvale Wood, and Arwen, that would be where you're from. Originally. So it would take you around 2.5 days to get to Cinderfell, and you're essentially just traveling in open plains. It's the same direction you traveled originally to do the escort mission.
Do you want to head there, or like do you want to go do the ship thing first?
Should
It's
we
only
head-
been like 2 years since I last saw my mother, but like.
Should we
Yeah.
head to yours? Because whatever gift she has might be helpful with the other mission.
True, that's true. Theo think about things. He's yet to teach me that.
Sorry, I'm getting confused by my own goddamn writing. Okay.
Yeah. Are we heading
Also,
to Cinderfell?
The
Or like...
thing that you would know about the job from before, you need to figure out your own transport, whatever that may be. The original offer was from the, like, sort of official navy, and as such you would have travelled on their ships, but the new one, there is no such offer of travelling on board their ships.
When we've got money now.
You do?
And we
And
know
we
a
did just-
captain,
Yeah.
and I have his hat. I'm still wearing that, by the way.
What if he tries to nick it back?
Didn't Zeffy pick up a few things about sailing?
Not
I picked up how to
enough.
boss people around.
Yeah.
Is what I picked up.
You've essentially been travelling as passengers, so no, you haven't learned
I
anything
picked up how to
particular.
tell people to do things.
I think Arcadia did quite a bit of ship maintenance, but not how to actually like steer one.
Yeah. I was going to say, you can probably, like, be sort of, like, very novice deckhands, but other than that,
Yay.
you can't perform the role of an officer, put it that way. Alright?
But I have the hat of one.
You do indeed. So,
Do you think he got a cooler hat?
might have done, he just got cleared of every
That's
crime
gonna
he
be my
ever
next
committed.
goal. Get the cooler hat back off of him.
I'm just
Alright.
steal a whole hat collection, just one by one.
It's called just keep like getting him absolved of crimes, and he just hands them over.
So,
Yeah. Are we heading to
no, it's fine, that was
Cinderfell,
just me.
or are we going to do the ship thing?
See, I'd say go to Cinderfell.
So,
Okay.
it takes you 2.5 days on foot. If you choose to take the rest of this day travelling, you can sleep for the night and then 2 days' time you'll arrive on the morning, essentially. So you would arrive doing that on the 17th. There is no need to keep watch as the roads are decently well patrolled. Not necessarily lit, but they are guarded and you don't feel too worried about sleeping on the side of the road.
We've got tubs now as well to keep going.
Yeah, we've got tubs.
Just get
We're
mauled by
fine.
tubs.
Alright.
We're gonna get mauled by tubs.
The days go by uneventfully, and you eventually reach the small farming town of Cinderfell. And Zephyr, you're home. So, what you doing when you get there?
Who do I see?
Who do you see?
Yeah.
Out in
Who's out in general?
Out in streets, no one in particular. You also arrived very early morning.
Ah,
So
that's true.
there are a
that's true.
few people
It's
out
a
in
farming town.
there are a few people out in like on fields, etc., but there is no one in the streets in like the sort of like orotherapy.
I'm gonna wave at the ones I
Words.
recognize.
Big words are hard. You are?
I'm waving at the ones that I recognize.
Okay.
So any of the ones I worked for, or any of the ones that like looked after me, stuff like that.
Yeah, you do eventually pass like a blacksmith, which is sort of like heating up for the day. And you see a pair of twins that are just sort of like, one is laying out equipment on a stand and one is hammering away at metal and getting the forge to heat. Continuing through, you do eventually get to your family home and a small like
I'm too tall for the door, aren't I? I was like,
yeah, a little bit. But going in through the door, it's not, shops here aren't necessarily named. It's a case of everyone knows everyone knows what everyone does, so it doesn't really, nothing particularly gets named. And in this case, you just sort of like hear a sort of ruckus in the back, and you just hear this like clattering of something. You just hear like this slightly older woman's voice just go, shit, 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 shit. And you just hear this like, it's probably fine. For Oliver, is that right? Who do you want? That rat noise? and then you just eventually hear this like complete ruckus of your mother, who has not noticed you in the slightest.
I sneak up behind her and hand her the thing she was originally looking for.
Okay, make a stealth check. You're in heavy armor.
Yeah. Okay. Where's my tiny dice?
Oh my god.
I'm using tiny dice.
The tiny dice have made their own stealth check.
Shit. Okay. Oh, that's a 2.
Okay. At this point, you see like from the belt is pulled like a small dagger, and it's like held up, and he's like, "Why the hell would you do that? That was very
Surprise!
unkind of you." I mean that, and takes it and like takes like a small bottle of essentially antitoxin from your hand, and another of a sort of like weak rat poison from your hand. Is like, what the hell are you doing here?
Theo said he left something with you.
Oh, that's who it was. I did wonder
Yeah.
who that was asking about. Very strange.
Thought I'd come and visit for a little bit. These are the group.
At this point, she steps down and goes, I know none of these people. Pleasure to meet you. My name's Katerina. I'm Zeffy's mother, I think.
I got to shake a hand.
Not quite.
His hand goes, hello there.
Hey.
That's a cat.
I win. Your mother is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Spoilers. A better ending than Rise of Skywalker ever was.
That's a cask.
Hello there.
That's about as much as I know.
Right, well, here's what your friend left for you. I don't particularly know who that is, but
Oh yeah, Theo's not great with people.
hands over like a small box of 4 healing potions, just minor ones, and 2 more vials of poison, and a small amulet that has what would be
Two poison. Oh, what was the third thing?
it is just an amulet that depicts like a pair of eyes, very similar and cat-like to the eyes of Theoden.
Cool. Oh, I can use my ring, can't I? I'm gonna use my ring to figure
It
out.
takes you 11 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm still using my ring to figure out what this amulet is.
Okay.
A
very pretty amulet.
But
What is the spell type of identify? It's divination, right?
I don't know. Yes.
Let me check something. Okay. You get the sense this is magical. You can't quite discern its purpose. It is enchanted in such a way to avoid you knowing what it does.
Yeah.
It is magical. It does not require attunement.
Cool.
In general, there are. I'm not sure. Anyway, there are runes etched into the back of it, and the front of it is the design of the 2 like cat eyes, if you like. But you have your healing potions. You have your poison.
Yeah, everybody gets 1 healing potion.
Thank you.
Oh, you dropped.
Matt. His laptop just blue screened.
Oh dear. That's
Uh-oh.
HQ. Wait. Okay then. That's unfortunate. Okay. Sorry, my messenger just went off. Okay. So you spend the 11 minutes casting Identify. You get the sense that, again, magical, though you cannot discern the effect. It seems to be specifically enchanted against you being a fuckwit.
Alright.
But regardless of that,
I'm gonna have to
you
ask
have those
Theo
items.
what it is so I can add it to my inventory.
Just add it as necklace, like necklace from Theo, like as customization, custom item. Essentially, it's very similar to like a holy symbol, and that
Okay.
is kind of what it is meant to be depicting.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay then.
We are not having good luck with internet.
Hmm.
Oh shit, I just realised my camera's... There we go. Oops. Fucking myself up now. What is fun? I wish I had a
Anyway.
hotkey for this. I really should set up hotkey. Alright. So, that is what you find, and you have got to... You essentially came in around like 9-10 a.m. in the morning, and you have the day in town, or you can head back, or whatever you choose to do.
How quickly do we want to start this other mission though? Where should we head back now?
I want to show my mum my wings first.
Taking a step...
Knocks everything off the shelves.
Yeah. Because she doesn't think about things, but she like,
what are you saying?
okay. Look at this really cool thing. And then I just...
And they sort of like phase through like a Kesper thing, and you stand back, and she's like, "That's certainly new."
I'm a paladin!
I can certainly tell. I could tell by the heavy armor, the sword, and the shield.
Yeah, but I'm a real one. I took my oath and everything.
Oh, interesting. You're not going to die, are you?
Hopefully not.
It's not very reassuring.
Yeah. I joined the Adventurers Guild.
That's not reassuring either.
That's why we're here. We look after each other.
I
Wow.
really hope so.
You
But
say
no,
that,
it's
but
not.
one of you has hit me with magic.
I'm sorry.
Mum, meet Ceres, a disowned ex-noble.
Well, that's good, because I didn't know you was a noble in the first place.
Yeah, he no longer is.
Not my fault.
It was entirely your fault.
It wasn't my fault.
You told your dad that we joined a cult.
Oh no.
You did. What?
You told your mum to join.
Not technically.
See, so
She's not my birth mother.
Oh no.
She can't disown me properly.
I think you'll find I definitely can.
Yeah, but like I live with Theo, and Theo was all right with it. So like, really,
Well, you don't
like,
currently.
love you, but
You don't
I haven't
currently.
lived with you for
He's
2
not
years.
there. And you
No,
joined
no,
a
Still
she
have
what?
doesn't.
the
now.
house key.
technically we joined to try and prevent what they was planning, but it didn't really work.
What they was planning. Spoken in the words of a noble. Anyway,
Yes.
beautiful.
I'm imagining my mother literally says that out loud, and it's just kind of like, well, can see why you were disowned.
Wow.
It's mean.
Continuing
Definitely, I
on
don't
with
like your mother.
I
My
assume
mother is
you tell her
wonderful.
everything that's happened so far.
Yes.
At some point, you go by and go, I don't really trust anything in that city. How do you think I live out here? Very nice, very quiet.
Fair point.
That's very fair.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
cults, there's no explosions, no death, no collapses. There's no... Well, what was that one time that the barn fell? Anyway,
I'm sorry.
where are you going now? Take it you're not staying.
Um,
You don't exactly have the room.
no, we're not. We're heading out on a ship for a little while. We're gonna go find an island that's apparently moving.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound dangerous at all.
No, it sounds entirely safe.
It really does.
I have magic. And healing potions. And magic friends.
You all magic?
Yes.
Yep.
All 4 of us can do magic.
Interesting. Well, I'm
To
sure
prove
you'll
it,
be
I'm gonna
fine.
use light
He already
Oh.
knows your magic.
on the sword.
He just goes, "You've always been able to do that? That's not exactly impressive."
Please, mage
Yeah,
hand
like-
just a wave.
Alright.
I would hit something and smite it, but honestly, that's not a good idea.
Hit Sarah. Fuck. Alright,
I might actually kill him doing that.
maybe. At this point, rummaging around in the shop floor, I'm like, it's just tubs going around the entire
Tubbs!
store.
Oh no.
Tubbs, come,
Sit.
sit.
Animal handling check.
Shit. Oh, where's my animal handling? That is a 14.
Eventually, he stops. He's just like, sort of like curiously having a sniff around, but not realizing the size and kind of bumping into everything. Your mother kind of like leans over the counter and goes, "You have a bear. Why do you have a bear?
His name's Tubbs.
Why?
We killed its parents.
Killed his parents.
That's very concerning."
They were terrorizing someone's farm.
Yeah, they were eating somebody's farm stuff, so we
you
didn't
know, that's
realize
kind of
there
fair.
was a baby.
No, that's kind of fair.
Yeah, so now we have a pet bear.
Sounds like fun.
We couldn't kill the baby.
Oh no, you're a monster if you did.
Yes.
Means.
Have we killed any babies?
No.
Because
we
now I'm
haven't
kind of
killed
worried.
Hope not.
Oh, we killed a dragon.
What?
A baby
yeah,
dragon.
the dragon.
We killed a baby dragon.
Technically, we didn't.
Technically, we did.
It was a dragon. It flew and it nearly killed half of us. So
It was a young dragon.
it
Hence
wasn't a baby.
baby. No, young means baby.
Young means like adolescent for dragons.
So
Young
not
is-
baby.
young is like
Wormling technically
Baby
is
dragon.
No, it's not. Wormling is baby.
Fine. Young is teenage dragon,
Basically.
which means there's a mother out there.
Maybe.
You know how them dragon slaying arrows though?
We still killed a child.
You did. And brought
Ooh.
it back to the capital city of the empire.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway,
You know those consequences he mentioned?
Uh-oh.
I figured out the consequences.
baby! Death.
hey, how do you know that there
That's
aren't
it.
2 adult ancient green dragons just fucking chilling that have had magic of the Feywild? Just a shame, honestly.
Anyway. Oh, I asked her if she likes my hat, by the way.
Are we gonna go to do this island mission now?
I'm gonna ask her if she likes my hat first.
There we go, Matt's back. I don't know where you got the hat, but sure, it suits you.
I stole it off
Hey.
a pirate.
Who
Well,
gave
no,
you it?
technically he gave
stop.
me it.
We're talking about pirates, we're talking about dragons, we're talking about killing bears,
We did a
talking
lot
about
of stuff.
literal treason.
Just
Only
a
a little
little
bit.
bit of light treason.
A little bit of light treason, you know.
Let's stop worrying your mothers, Effie, and let's go do what we need to do.
Let's remember who's disowned and who
Right.
isn't, Saras.
Very quickly.
You're getting there.
Not really.
Very quickly. Is this because of Theoden's training?
No.
I need to go and speak to Audrey real quick.
Oh, how's Celia? How's Celia?
You went with your mentor.
I'm sorry, she what?
She went with him. Okay.
What? Wait, no, wait. I instantly got out the sending stone. I'm like, hey, Theo, bitch, why'd you take Celia? Bring her back now, please.
Love
My
you,
mother is worried Her mother is worried. Okay, love you. Bye bye.
Hello. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. You get a response eventually after a bit of a delay. He just goes, I'm looking for recruits on the way back to the Citadel. Need new paladins, clerics, and fighters and bards eventually.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I don't like this. 8.
You've never been particularly good at reading Theoden. Sometimes he seems angry when he's proud, sometimes he seems proud when he's angry. You really can't tell. Especially not just by tone of voice. But that is the end of the message. It's just, I'm recruiting people, I can't run the Citadel alone.
Sorry, run the Citadel?
What?
That's the general gist.
How much of Theo's, life do I not know?
Quite a bit, probably. He's a bit of a recluse in terms of, divulging his, life story. He really couldn't care less.
Pretty
Are we
much
going
the
now?
entire of Elenthius knows him, and he runs the Citadel.
Sort of.
What kind of fucker's been training me?
Very powerful paladin.
What? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have fun, talk to Audrey. I'll try and help Celia, maybe. If I can get to her, we're going on a sea mission. Oh boy.
So what did I miss?
Oh, you missed meeting my mother. Worrying her. Yeah.
You
So
didn't miss much.
That's the second time in 3 days that my laptop's blue screened.
Oh god.
Once was in the middle of editing. Yay.
God, I hate that. I had to
did you
leave
put in-
mine on for a 7-hour render the other night because I was doing my work. Sorry.
Did you put in that you got a healing potion, Matt?
When?
When we got
you got
them from Theo, because you dropped around about the time I said everybody gets one healing potion. So
I probably didn't because I don't remember hearing you say
Okay.
that. Oh, I'll try it.
you get that, and then also I'm gonna give you 1 vial of poison,
Cool.
so you can do some poison tipped arrows.
You
So
now
I've-
have 3 vial. I think it's poison vial basic or something like that.
And I have 1.
How many did you say I had? Hang on.
You've got 3 poison
3.
vials.
Okay. And I used nothing.
Don't seem to see that in the equipment menu. Oh no, there we go. Poison basic. Right, I've got it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna say goodbye to my mother and then head off towards the city.
Sorry, mine's missing. Oh my god, I can't type around a microphone. Guys, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Well, I'm gonna apologize to my mother
just for all the dumb shit you do.
for everything, for wandering off 2 years ago and not coming back to say hi, for being a little shit when I was a child, for being a little shit now, for panicking her, for going on adventures where I could die. Basically all the shit that she's now thinking about.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna apologize to her as we're leaving.
So You all leave. You've probably spent like a good few hours in town, and you managed to get back in 2.5 days. So you have, and a total of 5 days traveling. You have gone to Cinderfell and back again.
What date is it? Is it the 19th or
That
the
would
20th?
make it the 20th.
Okay. Okay. Right, okay. Ooh. Well, now that I know that Theo has decided to take my best friend, I'm a little bit mad at him.
Okay. So,
but I have got all of my stuff back.
fair enough. Heading back towards the city again, uneventful. You managed to make it through. Where are you going when you go back to the city?
Should we check the Storm Wharf to see if Maxim's still there? Because if we can convince him to give us a ride out to the island.
Yeah.
Like, we have gold. We can...
Fair enough. So,
I have his hat.
as you are searching around the Storm Wharf, you don't see... Like, it's a relatively obvious ship. It's black sails. And you're getting to the end of the day and you're like, you give up. You can't find them anywhere. But then... So as you're going, actually, you would need to find a tavern of some kind. Put that later. As Ceres and Acacia, you're going down into the Undercity.
I've still got the key to mine and Theo's house,
yes,
haven't I?
Do.
I'll offer to let Ceres stay there.
Okay. As Acacia, you're returning to the Undercity, you do notice there are several black sails in the port of the Undercity, and they're generally there. Like, the usual is it's maybe for a bit shadier business than normal. But just make a perception check for me, actually.
This me and the Kess.
No, because you're
16.
staying with.
Oh,
okay. With that, you do notice there are repairs being done to a set of black sails that look remarkably similar to that of the Black Dawn. Right. So, telling everyone that I'm meeting for the next day. You all going down? You try and find him there then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So do I lead them to where I saw the ship yesterday?
Okay. So, leading everyone to where you saw the ship, you get a little ways, and then the sort of end portion of this docks is, when you're like, I've gone a street too far? It's that sort of thing, and you're like, these people don't seem massively friendly. However, you do see on the deck of a ship, I'm losing my mind. I feel like I'm losing my mind. There I am. On the deck of the ship, you do see A1, Maxim Brooks and Carver just sort of doing their own versions of repairs, but more looking over a map that's placed on the sort of like side table next to the wheel. And but now you're not really being let through. You are sort of being blocked off by two rather large individuals, one half-orc and one human. They just kind of stood like hands out, like bouncers essentially.
Steffi's just gonna shout, "Hey, Maxim!"
Looking around for a second.
Very tall redhead.
Yeah, I can see you. Let them through, and the two step aside, and a lot of you are allowed to go onto the deck of the ship. Yes. Oh, Met. See, suit my hat still. What do we need?
We would like. Okay, how do I phrase this? We've picked up a mission, a quest, to go and look at this island that people have been trying to chart, because they think it's moving, and I think that's bullshit. But yeah, so what would it take for you to sail us out there?
Where?
Do we have like a copy of the map?
I will say on the job it is sort of like vaguely scribbled in maps of sort of like the channel between Merengroth and Osendore itself.
Here.
It'll take us a few days, but yeah, sure, I don't see why not.
Cool. What would you want in return? Because I'm all about, payment for things.
Your mission's so and up front and plans. Are you working on the ship or are you just traveling?
Are we working on the ship? Do you want to learn how to work on the ship? I kind of want to learn how to work on the ship.
And we can also might be able to get a discount as well.
Yeah, we can work on the ship.
Alright, so I'll say the four of you. How long do you think you're going to be there?
We've just been told to go check it out and see what's going on with it.
There and back. Okay. Call it 25 gold a pop, 100 gold for the lot of yous.
I'm going to throw in the hat as well. Because I'm nice.
Alright. Just like
after all of that effort of trying to get that
I know,
hat,
but now that I've got it, it's no longer a priority on my list. He can have it back. It also keeps slipping down in front of my eye, and I'm not about that life. Keep my hair tied up for a reason.
Alright. So, handing the hat over in the gold, sort of like puts it back on and goes, well, I think we've got a crew together. We're calling in some old favours now that we're no longer wanted. Might as well make ourselves wanted again by associating with some strange people.
Hey, we're not strange.
Oh no, not you. The guild again.
Oh, we are with the guild.
No, not that one.
How many guilds are there?
Too
many.
A few.
Okay.
Painters Guild, Writers Guild, Adventurers Guild. These fuckers.
I don't know who these fuckers are, but sure, we'll go with it.
Look around for a moment and tell me what you think these people do to earn their way.
Stab.
If they are who I think they are, I've got a bone to pick with them.
Yes. Well, stabbing's part of it. And they steal all your shit.
I like a good stabbing.
I don't want to work with these people.
We don't have to work with those people. We just have to work with Maxon and get out of there. So.
Alright. Oh, don't worry, we don't need any of the bounty hunters. We've got the best one on board already. We'll just be hiring deckhands. People who've got nothing better to do that are alright with getting their hands dirty. That's about it.
Cool. What jobs, what kind of ship jobs do you need doing so that we know what we can take on?
We'll hire a bosun, just got the captain, got a first mate, navigator. It's literally built into him. Other than that, much you can do, really. Work, deckhand.
I can fly.
That doesn't help for shit.
Look out.
How long can you fly for?
At least a minute.
Not very long on the sea.
Yeah, but if you need me to head out and come back a little bit, I can...
You know what, sure.
Okay.
Can I provide the the ship's entertainment?
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright. So, with all of that sorted, the ship will take about a day to get ready to actually sail, to grab all the crew and such. As much as you got there in first thing in the day, people need a little bit of notice before they just pack up and leave.
Yeah.
And on the next morning, you do see most of most of like the deck hands arrive, and occasionally just an individual with like various like hammers, nails, and other bits of like surplus wood and such to fix the ship should it need it. And then you just see, and that is around about it. Sort of knowing that you guys can act a little bit as the cleric slash surgeon slash doctor, whatever you want to call them. Not choosing not to hire any. Right, well, we should be there. I give it 3 days tops. All we got to do is go around the Baronstop Alps and then get back. We're back in time for the lamplighting. Be beautiful. Right.
Okay.
And time are we on? We're on 41. Could do. No, you know you've got shit to do it. You've got shit to do it through it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll call it there then. So, for the sake of time, call it there. I am so royally mad about the stream dropping again. It genuinely annoys me so much. I don't know how long we went for total today. I think about 2.5 hours maybe. Not really paying attention. I don't know why my internet keeps dropping. But yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys between sessions want to think of a team name? That'd be great.
Yeah, we really need one of those.
Nothing related to pet
Angels.
names or angels. Thank you.
Wait, did we bring Tubbs on the ship?
Oh yeah, Tubbs is with you
Oh
all
yeah.
times. You're bringing a bear to sea.
Maybe he doesn't get seasick.
What could
It's okay.
possibly go wrong?
Literally. Like Brother
Aw.
Bear. That's how it's going.
Brought a bear on the ship.
Brother Bear, that's a great film.
Oh, do you know they have that horrible history like game where like the cow spewing one is just Tubbs?
God, yes. Oh my god. Be perfect, isn't it? Ah, yes, please. Right. Do we all have timetables, by the way? Uni. I don't, but does anyone else?
I will add mine at some point this week, but I might have to change my work schedule around to have my days off Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. Mine doesn't get updated till like Feb. So I've put in what I can.
Mine gets updated by the 18th, which is like Monday, and Monday's when I'm meant to be back.
Yeah, Monday's when my first session is meant to be back, but I don't know what's happening.
I started back literally this morning for the end of semester 1.
Okay.
So.
I think for now mine's the same.
Okay, so we should all be good for a little bit. We'll just have to keep doing a little bit earlier until Anne gets back.
Yeah, it's going to be the next 2 weeks.
To be fair, what we'll probably do is do earlier. If mine doesn't horribly screw us, when we get back to Shan's, if we can, we'll go back to doing like 3 o'clock a bit later.
Okay. So for now we're still going to play it roughly around like 12, half 12.
Yeah, let's aim to do about 12:30 we'll start at. I'm not
Is
sure
that next Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to see what my my vote is like, which I won't find out about until tomorrow.
Only pain in the ass when you work like stuff like we're doing, go to uni. Don't get your timetables till a week before you do, the bastard. Oh.
I mean, things have improved for us in the regard that we actually get it a week beforehand, as opposed to sometimes the Saturday or even the Sunday.
Hi, do you remember Hatfield's getting a rota on a Saturday night for Sunday?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
When I first started, we got the voters 2 weeks in advance. There was one time where we managed to get it 3 weeks in advance.
I remember when I started at Hatfields, we got rotas 3 weeks in advance.
Really?
Yeah, because Sarah did them. But then about 2 weeks after I started, Sarah went on maternity leave, and then we got them a week in advance until they fell behind, and we got them like the day before. We got them back for a little bit, but we got to the point of having them like a week in advance.
No, the furthest we got to getting them was like Thursday. Was the earliest we got.
Oh yeah, like I'm not saying like sorry, I probably should have prefaced that. I was saying like the earliest I've ever seen it go up since then is probably like a Wednesday. Like a Wednesday night maybe.
We'd be lucky if we got it on Friday morning.
Yeah,
I used to
literally.
get mine just 3 weeks in advance every time because I worked at a place that actually,
Well, you worked on
was good.
reception, which is a lot easier to sort of timetable than bars and shit.
Mm.
Unfortunately.
I still remember that time Manchester Con, summer 2019, I think it was,
Yeah.
where I was like, oh, I'm going to be away from Thursday to Monday. Can you email me the rota when it goes up? He's like, oh yeah, send it to you on Saturday afternoon. He just sent it to me Sunday afternoon when I was doing a photo shoot, so I didn't see it until Sunday evening. He's like, oh, you've got a 10 a.m. start tomorrow. I was like, I'm not going to be back
Yeah,
in,
no.
like, my train from Manchester doesn't leave until 10 past 1 in the afternoon, so good luck with that.
Yeah. It's like that's why I like working at the Dome. I was always like a week in advance, and I was always like, if I didn't want to do it, I could just say no. Hatfields would have shot me. Anyway, let's stop chatting absolute shit. And end stream. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. Let's have a now. Who's playing D&D?
Thursday could be a chance I'm working. I don't know, but as well, if I'm not, I'm supposed to have a session at 2.
Well, I think we'll just have to wait.
Friday, I haven't got anything.
I don't even know mine, so I can't really say it for certain.
Like I say, I'm putting updates on my Twitter.
Oh yeah, in terms of like if anyone's viewing, follow, because then we might actually, like, you will at least get a notification if we go live sooner than we say we will. Because we have before said now we'll do it on Thursday and then play it on like a Tuesday at random. Because that's how useful we are. But I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to have like a very quick look at it.
Yeah, I'll
I'm not
update on the
100%
Twitter
sure.
if there are any changes.
But no, I think we'll just have to play it by ear. Just
Yeah.
until things settle again.
Yeah, probably.
Settle like the snow.
It's still snowing
Snow's-
here. Like it's not
Well,
stopped
it
once.
slowed down
I can't tell if it's
I
snowing
can't see
or
out my
raining.
window. Is it still snowing at us?
a little bit, not much. Though. It's a lot.
I want to see where the snow's at.
I can't tell if it's still snowing or if it's raining now.
Right.
Oh, it's very fine snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's coming down quicker. It's more like rain. I don't know if you are still here, but HB Half Elf, like I was saying, if you want to join the Discord, I'm trying to think of something to do in terms of like what I want to use the Discord for now because it's got a decent few people in.
I've got to go.
Okay.
I have to go.
Huge rock.
Okay.
I've got everything set up.
Bye.
Go.
I'm gonna shoot as well.
Bye.
See you later, Shan.
2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot as well, guys. So I
You're gonna have
shall
to
see
give me
you
t-
guys
Just
later.
give me 2 secs, Ty.
Don't swear at me, bitch.
I said 2.
Oh, I think Shan's
Yeah.
gone.
2.
Shan's gone. That's fine. I'm just trying to sort my shit out. There we go. Yes, Discord. I'm going to try and use it to get more people in that want to play, and then eventually there will be like-minded people that find our stream that go, yeah, I want to play like these guys, or yeah, I want to play a part of a game like this, and you can hopefully find a group that way and play through like some pre-run adventures, because a lot of the people that have joined the Discord are American, and we're on UK time. So we basically just want to make it a thing of like, I want to make it a thing of use the Discord to find a group. Even if you use
So
it
a community.
Yeah, basically. It's like, I did say I might run a game on US time on a weekend. Like, for me, late, early for them. Like, that's something I can probably do. I can run it in the same world and I can do it that way. If people really, really badly need a game. Might be a pay-to-play thing just because I don't know anyone particularly well. But in terms of, yeah, just generally, I'm just going to quickly send that. I'm going to send a raid over to Carpe Diem Live, who is doing a podcast of Many Things Happened. I don't know what it means, but makes it sound like the deck of many things. So that should always be fun. Yes. If anybody is watching or anyone's watching on YouTube, if you go over to Twitch, below the stream or on our like homepage thing, there should be a link to a Discord. If you want a game and you're on US time or UK time, in all honesty, we always like having more people. It's always a lot of fun. Does it say this chat is intended for mature audiences? Shit.
I don't think we're mature.
No, we're not. Anyway. Please, please, please use the Discord. That's what I'm going to use it for. I've decided it's actually useful to, like, use it to find a group and get your own games going, because the more games, the merrier.
Okay.
And I will potentially DM.
Can I go now then?
What? Yep, I'm sending over the raid. Adios. Bye, everyone.
Bye.